What's happening? Okay, it's a different video. The same day as the last video, though. Working on that brush hog went a little long, so I went ahead and just made that one video, and I'm gonna film another one. Um, like I said, we're working on my King Cutter 6-foot HD brush hog. It's the mid-level one. One thing this brush hog did not have on it when I bought it was a swivel hitch. And what that is that I'm sure a lot of you out there have seen brush hogs that have chains on them, or like the flex hitch. So, like, say you're backing up and the back end of the brush hog goes up higher, you want your top link to be able to move freely and adjust so you don't torque the hell out of your brush hog, pretty much. This brush hog, I got it at an auction. I got it for $900, and it's actually in fairly good shape. I haven't spotted, the big thing is I haven't spotted any gear oil leaks. So yeah, that's the big one there. The seals are good as far as I can tell. I only brush hog maybe 3 or 4 times a year. I have a couple fields that I do. Do some trails in the woods too, help out the neighbors a little bit. But here's what we're doing. This right here, there's supposed to be a swivel hitch here. There is not. And as you can see, it's a little narrow. It's bowed from where they did not have a swivel hitch. It'll just torque your brush hog all to hell if you don't have that. And this is just a King Cutter thing. A lot of people now, they go back to almost like the old chain style where the chain runs from here clear back to your tail wheel. Well, they have a bar now that has a flex swivel built into it, and they call it the flex hitch. And it runs up to the front. And it's kind of like about right here. If you look at the new King Cutters, they are like that. But this one's a little bit older. Luckily, Ag Supply, who I got my blades from off this, has them. And I'll show you what we're going to be doing here. Yeah, it comes with the inserts and the bolts and everything. But here's what we're going to do. This bar down here, we're going to leave that. We're going to leave that right there. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to see how that little notch fits right in there. That big hole right there goes in here, and this goes up top. And the top link runs from there clear to here. I know it looks a little weird, but when you do that and say the tail end goes up higher, it'll push back and flex it for you. And this stopper right there will hit that, and it'll go back to level. So that's what we're going to be doing today. As always, we're going to try the simplest thing first. I'm just going to see if I can knock that nut loose and pull those bars apart, and if so, this is going to be a little bit of an easier job than I thought. But, well, wow, I probably just jinxed myself. These nuts right here, at least the, okay, yeah, they're both 15/16. So I got that wrench somewhere. Oh, my garage is a mess, like always. Oh, here it is. All right. So I'm just gonna see if I can take this nut out and see if these two bars will flex apart. They're narrow and kind of, you know, kinked and everything because there was no flex hitch on here. People don't know how to properly maintain their equipment. They just want to, you know, drive it. So we're gonna, oh yeah. These two bars right here look fine. It's just this that's bent. But if I could just push these apart enough to slide that insert in there, we're going to be in good shape. which is why I'm actually not keen on taking this all the way off, just to loosen it up. I also wanted to make this video about this flex hitch because I couldn't find a video on YouTube about it. So I just did my research on how to do this and thought I'd make a video for it to help everybody else out because I couldn't find one. I've seen brush hog videos that demonstrates what it does, but never the install. Alright, this nut washer, lock washer. Okay. Oh yeah, right off there. Oh yes, that's exactly what it's going to do too. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So what I'm going to do is, I think both of these inserts are made for this. Maybe. Yeah, it's just, all right. Well, lock washer got caught in there. I'll get that out, but all right. Pull these apart. Oh. I take that back. That one's a little bit longer than the other one. Hang on a second, I'm going to get this lock washer out of here. There we go. All right. Let's see if this works. A little bit better. I mean, that one fits in the hole better. Neither one were really flush. So here's what we're going to do. Ooh. It's a finger pincher, so I'm just going to... Uh-huh. Pretty sure that's all it does. Next, we're down. Maybe it's just that bent. Yeah. You can see that's gonna do exactly what it's supposed to do. So. Man, that's a little wide. Oh, okay, yeah. Duh, that's what the other bolt's in there for. So I got these two bolts in here. Okay, yeah. So it has, yeah, so that one goes there, and the longer one goes down bottom. Okay. and this goes down bottom for it to hit. So yeah, that bolt needs to come completely out of there. Woo! Got a little nervous there for a second. All right. I'm gonna keep all this. I don't think I'm gonna need an insert. No, maybe. Here's, like, remember, oh no, they're the same size. Good. Alright, here's what we're going to do first. I'm going to physically pull these things apart. Not that. Find the bigger bolt. Should be that one. This one goes in here, through there. All right. Yeah, this is just difficult because this thing's bent all to hell. And there. Actually, no, we don't need that insert. Because that will really... There we go. Now, what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to take a C-clamp and I'm going to clamp these two bars together. That way I can get the lock washer and the nuts on it. So hang tight for a second. This C-clamp is just barely big enough. Oh, thank you, it fits. Oh, I want to meet the guy that this thing so bad. Makes life harder for the rest of us, but that's why I like doing it the right way, so the next person's good to go. Oh yeah. Yes, and we're flush. All right, we're flush, but before I tighten that down, I'm gonna put this one in here too. Which I probably should have done before I tightened it down. But it fits. So loosen this up. Heads up for everybody doing this first time, make sure you put this in here too before you get excited like I just did and tighten it up. Woo! Okay. Man, it's warming up. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put the top bolt in here next, and just so it's secure in here. All right, both of those are in there. Both the bolts are in there. Now we're gonna put I'm gonna put the nut and the lock washer on the top first, because I know I can get that on, and then we'll redo the C-clamps again and do the bottom. So you guys know what I'm doing, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this real quick. All right, it's installed. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Why it's important to follow the steps I did. This spacer that comes in your kit, right there, that will go up against both of these brackets when you tighten it down. But the bolt will hold these two brackets. Now up top, it's the same deal. It has exactly the same thing in it, but it goes through and touches. It's a little bit longer than this actual hitch itself. And that is because this insert will lock up against these two brackets, but still move freely. And that's what you want. You know, now the top link will go right through there with the pin, and you won't have to worry about it. So let's see if I can hook this up and demonstrate it for you. Okay, I'm not going to start the tractor up and do all this, but I am going to show you what this does with the jack. I have the jack under the back end of this brush hog, and it's going to simulate the rear ground being higher than what the tractor's on. The bottom notch of that swivel is up against that bar right now, and as I bring it up, you're going to see it start to move forward like that. See that? That is what this swivel does. See, and it's just like that. So it moves freely. Now this will be a lot tighter when the front end's off the ground of the brush hog, but yeah, that's basically what that does. I'll zoom out here and show you. You know, the back end of the brush hog's up, the front end's down. It just saves it from, you know, hurting the drive shaft, hurting the hook, the 3-point hook up on your tractor, and ultimately, you know, bending the hell out of the brush hog. So yeah, that is the King Cutter swivel. You can get it online for, I think I paid about 40-50 bucks before shipping and tax for that. So it's not overly expensive, especially for as important of a attachment as it is. Like I said, the newer brush hogs, they have that flex hitch that doubles as just a metal chain pretty much on the new ones. But these older brush hogs, you know, that's what that had on it, and the other owner, he must have busted his or whatnot, and where the bolt for that swivel went through, he just started putting the pin in that. Or he took the swivel off and kept it for himself, who knows. But it was run without it. I could tell just by how bent that thing was, because the bottom nut was tightened down and it was still bent. So, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I bought it at an auction. I got it for $900, and they brand new, they're about $2,200-$2,300 for this brand of King Cutter. And King Cutter is actually not an expensive brand of brush hog, believe it or not. They're the one that they're also the manufacturer of the Rural King brush hogs. So I'm going to give this thing a whirl. For as much as I mow, this thing ought to do just fine. So I got it all hooked up. I'm going to put this tractor back away in the shed. Probably going to check the gear oil in the gearbox real quick, but there's plenty of videos on how to do that, so I don't need to film that. But yeah, hopefully this helped you guys. I'll see you on the next project. Bye.